We're here at Infinite Therapeutic Services in Plantation, Florida. My name is Sofia Rabirosa and I'm the owner and director. We are a multidisciplinary team of therapists offering individual, couples, family counseling for an array of different issues. And every month we get together to do a monthly video blog. And this month I have the lovely
Lori Brewster
and Rayshawn Brewster
to give us some awesome tips because it is the month of love and romance. And so that's the topic we're going to be addressing. And you guys want to tell us a little bit about what you guys offer here at Infinite Therapeutic Services?
Sure.
So one of the primary things that we do is we work with couples as a couple. And then I also see individual clients who struggle with anxiety as well as working through their grief effectively. And
I work mostly with teens and men's issues.
Thank you. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you.
And so tell us, what's the name of your blog?
The name of our blog is 4KISS Tips to
Supercharge your romance.
And the KISS is a play on the acronym Keep It Simple Stupid, but we don't want to call anybody stupid, so we're saying Keep It Simple Sexy.
Yes, also because sexy is
romantic.
Romantic, of course. So the emphasis in keeping it sexy and simple.
That's right.
Why the focus on simplicity for you guys?
Well, I think at this time of year, you can't turn on the television without seeing some romantic commercials about diamond rings and
buy all the jewelry.
Yes,
Yes.
Hearts and balloons and
every
candy.
kiss begins with K. I mean,
all
these things are there. Even driving in the street, you see 6-foot tall bears here in South Florida on the corners, waiting for you to buy them for your partner to make them feel no. My car's too small. To kind of give you this idea of pressure to perform, to make your partner feel the best that they ever have all year long. And so we wanted to provide some simplistic ways that couples can do this, some realistic ways that couples can bring romance into their relationship on a day-to-day basis, not just on the 14th of the love month.
Yeah, so making sure that romance is considered a special ingredient for a relationship, as well as it should not only be celebrated one day a year.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So there's also an interesting factor in your blog that I found fascinating about why romance feels so intense for people.
Difficult, right?
Yeah.
So kind of funny, just by doing a quick Google search, one of the words that comes up to describe romance is supernatural. And what does that mean? Superhuman or magical. So no wonder people have such a hard time being able to connect with this idea of romance.
Yeah.
So we really just wanted to break it down and make it a little bit more human. So that's why we are offering some tips today.
Yeah, so that's very interesting, right? Like, I think that part in itself makes it stressful for people to even want to engage in that, right? So historically, it might weigh on us why we see it that way, such a big event. So you guys have 4 tips plus a bonus tip.
Yes, plus 2 bonus actually.
2 bonus, okay. But today you're going to focus on the first 2.
That's correct. Yeah, so we'll jump in. So one of the first tips that we'd like to share with you guys is to be a hero in your relationship. And what does that mean? I can remember growing up as a young man seeing all of these comic book heroes. Superman, right? He's able to leap buildings in a single bound, and he always had his young lady, Lois Lane, right? And so this idea or concept that I needed to be this superhuman type of individual to win love, to show love to a partner, and it's just not the truth. I'm not capable of doing those things, but I can do some small incremental things on a day-to-day basis that allows my partner to feel love and introduce romance into the relationship.
Awesome. Would you be able to provide with an example of what it means to be a not superhuman hero?
I could take that one. Well, just yesterday, you don't know that you did this for me in this sense, but you called from Whole Foods and you said, do you need anything from the store? And I'm sure he's thinking, do you need some milk or some eggs? But I actually did need something, but it was something that I wasn't quite sure the exact brand. So I was looking for a specific supplement, but I wanted very specific things in it. So he ended up in the supplement aisle, the vitamin aisle, for about 30 minutes going through all the different labels and reading them to me.
Closer to 45.
45 minutes, and he was tired. All he wanted to do was come home and maybe grab some eggs. But he showed up for me, and he ended up getting me the exact one that I needed. and he was present and kind and loving through the whole process. So that would be an example of being a hero in a small way that really adds up over time and really adds to the romance in relationships.
Exactly, and you know, we think about heroes, I think, as being sacrificial, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean that you always have to, you know, deliver heaven and earth, but you can do the small things, even when you're tired or you're frustrated. You can be kind, you can be compassionate, you can extend a hand and say, you know, I'm here for you.
Aww.
Those are the small things on a day-to-day basis that keeps your romance alive.
Absolutely, yeah. At the end of the day, we all want to feel like we're a priority for our spouse. And
Exactly.
these sacrificial examples are a beautiful way of doing that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your awesome tip number 2?
So that's one of my favorite. And tip number 2 is to be adventurous, mysterious, and exciting. So what does that mean? There's this concept out there that if you want your date, your first date with someone, for them to really fall for you, to do something super adventurous and really exciting, like maybe ride a crazy roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is these adventurous and exciting things, they actually trigger the central nervous system to flood your body with these delicious hormones, this sexy cocktail of hormones that lead, the love hormones, that lead to you feeling euphoric and lead you to feeling love. So we want to actually duplicate this, but in our relationship.
Absolutely.
So what that means is so many times we work with couples in our office who are stuck in routine.
Yeah.
They get disconnected, the routine no longer works for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're saying in order to change that up, do something fun, do something mysterious by surprising your partner, add a little adventure, and just try something new with your partner.
That's awesome. So how do you suggest couples get to do that? Can you give an example?
Sure, and you know, and I think there's different ways to do this. We've personally taken on a small challenge of using Groupon and Living Social to plan out 6 months of the year, just a new event. Maybe it's a different place, a new restaurant. Maybe it's horseback riding or a clay pottery class, something that you haven't done before together. And it's not about necessarily if you will enjoy it or you will love that experience, but you're doing that experience together.
Or that you won't be scared like we were last week.
Yeah, terrified. Yeah, so last week, my wife used the Groupon and got us a nice experience. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called cryotherapy. I've never heard of it. I didn't know what it was. But basically, I stepped into 192 degrees temperature below Fahrenheit and for 3 minutes. New, definitely exciting, and we absolutely enjoyed it. We laughed ourselves through that entire experience, and it was something that we will never forget. And it's, you know why? Because we did something different.
Yeah. So it doesn't mean that you'll do it forever.
No.
It
You
might
don't
not
even have to love it.
Yeah, but it's about newness. Newness brings something different to a relationship.
Exactly.
Absolutely, yeah. So there's 2 more awesome tips plus 2 bonus tips left that you can find at our website www.plantationcounseling.com/tips, and make sure to look for the title
4 KISS tips to
Supercharge
your romance.
to get the rest of these amazing tips. And we look forward to seeing you next month for our March video blog. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.